That sounds really good. All right, I bet you we are live now. Hello there, I'm Carol Dockum, the CEO and founder of Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network. And I am super, super pumped because I have got a special guest here, and it is all about community building. So, and as you know, here at Beautiful Faces Going Places, that's what we do here. We are an online chamber of commerce for women in business, and our passion is to market, promote, educate, and connect women in business, small business owners, and entrepreneurs around the globe. And you know what? It takes someone with expertise in community building. And let me just say, when I jumped into this endeavor 3 years ago, little did I know what I was getting into. So we have a special business spotlight on Deb Schell. She is the founder of Find Calm Here, LLC, an online consulting agency supporting entrepreneurs, founders, creators, and speakers as they build, launch, and grow a paid online community. As a community strategist, Deb helps her clients find calm in the community building process through the calm method of clarity, awareness, learning, and motivation so that they can lead with energy, confidence, and purpose. So please help me welcome Deb Schell.
Thank you,
Hi,
Carol.
Deb.
Hi.
Yeah.
So great to see you.
I know, it's wonderful to see you too. And I just want to say thank you for taking the time to share your expertise on strategy and, community building tips, because there is so much more involved than just creating a website or finding the perfect app, pressing go and then waiting for your memberships to just, elbow each other to join in. So yes, there's so much to it.
Of describing it.
It just kind of came to my mind, but this is what I have seen, other community builders, we're all passionate about what we do and truly have a sense of wanting to give value, creating an experience, a way for, our community with a defined purpose, right? To get together and gather in community and support one another. So so let's talk about why you do what you do and how you got into becoming a community strategist and community builder expert.
Oh, thank you. And I'm so excited to share with you. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here. And I've had the lovely experience of chatting with you several times over the last year. And I think we met up maybe in the fall of last year, maybe towards the winter time. I can't remember exactly, but there was a course. So I started my Mighty Network community in June of 2020. I launched it because I wanted to help people find calm in daily life. And I recruited speakers. We had over 30 virtual events in 2020 that we held in partnership with people who are experts in meditation and yoga and essential oils, all kinds of holistic ways, and how to use those tools in times of stress and how to implement that into your daily life. So that was such an awesome, amazing experience. However, it didn't yield the goals that I really wanted. At the end of the year, I was pretty drained and exhausted and hadn't gotten to the revenue that I really needed to get to. So I kind of pushed the reset button in 2021 and connected to a couple people that wanted me to help. They said, Deb, you're just doing so many cool things in community and I'm loving what you're doing and I want to know how you're doing it. So I ended up having people ask me about how I built my community and supporting them, and started doing some consulting. And that's kind of how my consulting business organically started last year. And I continued that into 2021. And then I decided to relaunch Find Calm Here now exclusively for community builders, because I found that all of these people really wanted a place to connect, because community building is such a journey. It's over time. You start, you have an idea, you want to bring people together for an amazing reason or transformation or help them through a struggle or a time of challenge. And, as we keep learning about community, it's just one thing you learn and then you try something and then you just keep trying different things and seeing and talking to the community members and seeing what they want. And it's just a constant evolution and process. So I found that it was really helpful to bring people together in an online community. So I relaunched FindCom here in June of 2021. So we just recently relaunched, have a lot of new members in there now. And it's a really awesome space for learning how, as either a new community builder, or even if you're an advanced community builder, of how to learn new strategies, new practices, new things to do, new ideas that'll help you when you launch build and grow a paid online community, so that as a business person, you're creating additional revenue, not just community, not just a free space, but this is more talking about where you're going to help people maybe in a group coaching session kind of a situation.
Well,
so that's where I'm at.
I absolutely love that. And I am thrilled to be part of your online paid community as well. I'm getting so much value there. And yeah, I love the reason why you started. I believe we met on Mighty Networks around June of 2020. I think that is when I actually invested in the software and invested in the platform because I really wanted a place where our paid membership community could actually chat with one another, share information, resources, network, collaborate, and really create that community, online. And I think what I was struggling with as a community builder, as a professional women's success network, was, hosting the community online. And yes, I love social media. I think that's a great place to, yes, get social and make new friends and share what you have to offer to the world and reach a larger, wider audience. But it's so noisy and there's so many distractions. And then we think about, what was actually happening in 2020. And I think there was quite an exodus of people off of social media. Do you know what I mean? And that is not the place to really build a sound business, if you will. You never know when one of those platforms will be just taken away and poof, gone.
That's such a good point. Yeah, you made two really good points about how, you don't have any control over these people and if you think about community and social media is wide. It's like the everybody solution, right? Community is specific and narrow, where you can go deeper with a specific group of people for a purpose. And so I really like how you are working and sharing with people in beautiful faces around your message. Carol, for 1 second, I lost your audio.
How about now?
Yes, there we go.
Well, you just saw my lips clapping.
I was like, maybe it's me. And then I'm like, but wait, okay.
No,
sorry.
It was me. I was just so into my messaging here, what I wanted to share about just, how important it is to have that special place where your members can actually network, communicate, share resources, and really truly support one another with like-minded individuals that are going through the same journey, like you said, transformation experience. You're kind of in it together, right? Yeah. So it's amazing. So let's just share or talk about why I truly invited you here. Number one, I think you're awesome and amazing. And I want to get your name and your business and the service that you provide out into the world, because you have been so invaluable to me as I grow Beautiful Faces Going Places. But number two, communication. If you are a community builder, you're running an association, an organization, it is so fundamental to be in communication with your members. And let me just say, in today's day and age, there are so many ways to be in communication. That it's daunting, because you have, LinkedIn, you have Facebook messaging, you have WhatsApp, you have email, texting, phone, if anybody still calls
Yep.
on another phone. But there are just so many different ways. And a lot of times those connections can get lost, which is one of the other reasons why I invested in the app for our members only, so that those messages will not get lost, assuming they click the app and stay connected. But it is about communication, communicating with your members, number one, how they can be involved so that they can get the most value out of their membership, and to be able to communicate, what's happening within your community, right? What's going on. So Deb, you are going to begin giving us kind of a behind the scenes. So when you join Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network, you will know exactly what are the next steps and what does that look like, and how do you build out your profile and events and share resources. So Deb is going to be giving us the behind the scenes of Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network, so that when you click that join button, what happens on the other side, besides me welcoming you into the community. So
Yeah. So you ready for me to share my
I
screen?
am ready. Let's go.
Okay. So let me know, confirm with me that you see the screen there with your memberships.
I see the screen. Looks beautiful.
Cool. So just so for everybody watching us live or the recording, this landing page from Carol's website is what you would land on when you are interested in becoming a partner with Beautiful Faces. And there's two opportunities here. You can either have the business membership or the success team membership. Carol, did you want to just briefly describe the differences between those two memberships?
Absolutely. I'm an entrepreneur and small business owner myself. Having ran a very successful chamber of commerce, I know the value of member benefits. So I created two membership levels. One is a general business membership. So you are interested in programs, building out your network and connecting, meeting new faces, networking. So that is our business membership. You also get a beautiful profile on our website in our business directory. And then you can also share your offers, and any upcoming events, share your offers. So it is really an online chamber of commerce for women in business. So that is our business membership level. And you can either choose the monthly rate or pay in full for 1 year, which I do want to share that will be going up in the next year, in January of 2022. That's a mouthful, 2022.
We'll have to get used to that one. Very cool. And then the success team?
Our success team members, they are speakers, trainers, coaches, and experts that have something of value that can help women in business and entrepreneurs around the world with a special element of being an entrepreneur. There are so many different hats, from, mindset, marketing, finances, speaking. There are so many different elements of running a business, social media. So these are experts that are interested in doing some online trainings, sharing their expertise within our community and also globally. And those are our success team members. We are all about success and helping entrepreneurs succeed in their entrepreneurial journey. And we need resources and the experts. So we bring them to the table, and they have an opportunity to be highlighted, showcasing their expertise, teaching, even webinars and summits and lunch and learn. So our success team members are our trainers, if you will, and they're also open to speaking on other platforms and stages. So I love that.
Very cool. Sounds like you've got some really great value there in both of those different options for membership. So what we'll do is I'm already a member, so I'm just going to sign right in here, and I'm going to show you. You can either put an email in there, or you can use this lovely feature of the Google. And so I'll just put that in there for myself. And then it'll say, oh, I forgot that I used my other email address, I think, because it was before I changed the new email. Let's see if that one works. There we go. So it'll validate me. And then it says, welcome back, Deb. because I've already been in your awesome network for a while. So when you all are awesome and want to join this network, or if you're already a member in here, this is where you kind of land. This is called the home or activity feed. And so what's really cool about this, just to go over this briefly, you can actually customize this. And a lot of people don't really know to be able to take advantage of that, but you can actually show different things in this activity feed that you would like to choose. You could sort it actually by last activity or date created, or if it's a local event, you can even put the distance in there so that it would come up what local events are in your area. So that's a navigation feature that I just like to highlight in the very beginning. But when you join, you'll get the opportunity to create an account, and that means you have an awesome profile that you can out there. You have up to 10 professional links that you can share, and of course adding a picture to customize it. And then you'll be able to have an introduction there to tell everyone about why you're here and what you're excited about. So this is the activity feed. And then there's a featured section that shows upcoming events, as well as in the feed, you'll see some events. Now, Carol, do you have any specific place that you would like to guide me to highlight anything?
Absolutely. We are an online chamber of commerce, so we have loads of online events, and they're all listed either on our website or here within our community, so that if you are a member here, you click on the app and you click on events and you can see what is happening here, opportunities to be seen, be heard, be found, and connect with other members. So yes, thank you so much for clicking on the events. There you go.
Yeah, so this cool event is coming up. For everybody who's watching, we get to participate there. It's September 2nd, so that's this Thursday. And just to show you how easy this is, because I know some people are like, I really need it to sync with my calendar, and I'm one of those people. So it's really cool because you can say going, and then you can say add to calendar. And right here is my Google Calendar, which is what I use. And then you can go and you just save it, and then it's on your calendar, and there it is. And that's a really convenient way so that you remember that events are happening. So I wanted to point that out. And then you have some cool Clubhouse events that I've been a part of that I've really enjoyed. And the same thing with those, you can add it to your calendar so that you remember to show up and highlight your business. Let's see, what else we got?
Yes, what else do we have?
You can look at members who are in the network and see who you might want to connect with. Maybe Rebecca here will say she's a speaker and a coach. So that might be something I would want to reach out to her to be a speaker on my podcast. Actually, might be a good podcast guest for me because I do have a podcast. So you can look at and just see maybe some people that you want to connect with and network with. You can learn more about the space. Like if you're just starting, I always recommend people to go to this about section, and it'll give you the description, and it'll tell you a lot about what's going on in this network. So in the Women's Success Network, it's community focused, connecting women in business across the globe by offering education, information, resources, and support, and opportunities to connect and spark conversations. So that'll give you a little roundup of like what is in here, what we're doing. And she has a start here, which is really nice because then it'll give you a little bit more. Now we are on the desktop app, and the mobile app will be a little different viewability wise, but this gives you a sense of here are some things that you can check out. And the one thing I would always say is to go to your notifications, because we've got lots of notifications, right? All the time from all kinds of places. And so to make sure that you're getting the notifications for this network, what I like to do is I recommend the Daily Digest, because the Daily Digest actually gives you a roundup at the end of the day of everything that's going on. So that way, if there's a lot of things going on in your community, you might, and if you had it set to this as activity happens, you might get a lot of notifications, and that might be annoying for some people. So I always recommend the Daily Digest because it really sums up, what's going on, as long as you're following someone. So if I know that I want to follow Carol because I want to know what's happening and any announcement that she's making. So I make sure to follow her, and maybe I'll follow Neil because I know he's a pretty cool guy that I've conversated with in your community. So anything that he posts, I would then see. So just kind of those things, as well as if you follow any topics or events. And so that's the other thing I would just say to do to really get the most out of this network for anybody who's watching is to follow anything that you're really interested in. So that way you're always seeing the topics that are in your activity feed. Carol, do you have any questions that I could answer maybe?
Yeah, I would like to know, we've got just a fabulous membership group, and I would love to know what's the easiest way for our members to share their resources. I know we have the topics tabs already set up, so they can either post by topic and or just right. as themselves, right? So, and or if they're interested in an additional topic that is not featured here, I'd be more than happy to create that topic for them. So I think that would be that's a great question right there.
Yeah, so I was just going to share that. So I'm looking for podcast guests. Here's my podcast to learn more about it. And then I could share the link to my Find Calm Here podcast, and I'll grab is. So I grab the link and I go in here and I go to paste that link, and then that I just post that up in there, and I posted it to coaches to the toggle of coaches, speakers and trainers, because that's actually those are the people that I'm kind of interested in talking to around a podcast guest, because on my podcast, Find Calm Here podcast, I talk a lot about people who are building online communities like yourself. So I just created a post for you.
Thank you. I love it. I love it. All right. So we looked at home discovery. Did we tap on that?
Oh yeah, so just no, we did not, but we have went over the start here, and that's what you have in the top part of the welcome. Okay. But you also have here some top posts, so you could look at that. And if there was, I am in Pennsylvania, and so I think most of your people are in Ohio, so I don't really have anyone near me, or they don't have their location set up. So that's why it doesn't show up there. But then there's topics down here, and then you can see all the members, and then the featured content, and then upcoming events. So that's kind of what's in that discovery section.
Fantastic. And then members, I think you touched on that to take a peek
to follow yes. members. Yeah. Follow so any members that you're interested in, we went over that. I talked about the about page. If you have somebody that you know you really want to invite into the space, that invite button is there for you. You can actually put their email address in. You can actually customize this. Hey, hi, I'll put hi. Hi, it's Deb. I know you'd love this place. So you could personalize it, which is really cool. And then you can put an email address in there, and then you send it. You could also just copy this link and share that, and then they would also be able to join the network.
Fantastic. So our members can actually kind of help curate beautiful faces to be part of our network. And I think it's just so important to have, I think, quality over quantity, and so I love that they have this invite button. It makes it so easy to invite someone to say, hey, check out this online membership site. I think you would find such great value here. Come and join them, or come and join us. So thank you for showing that. And then we've got topics, and I'm not sure if we highlighted topics.
Yeah, I did go over the topics a little bit just to make sure that you follow the ones that you're most interested in, and you can click on those, and then you'll see whatever is in that topic section. So I tagged business for that last post that I had posted 2 weeks ago. And so you would tag this one. So there's different tags there for different posts. So you'll see that in the topics section.
Fantastic. And so our members can actually just, when they do a post, they can tag the topic. It sounds like
correct.
Yep. Easy. Awesome. And we took a look at all of our events and professions.
The other thing I was going to do was highlight professions, because you, as an entrepreneur, I'd like to get to know other entrepreneurs. So right here is an easy way for me to say, oh, there's a couple other entrepreneurs, or here's some coaches, and I could reach out to those people that identify as a coach or an entrepreneur, or maybe I need some marketing help. And then I can look in here and say, oh, there's some people who are marketing professionals, and maybe I'll reach out to one of them. So really just taking advantage of these awesome features in ways to, view and connect and network inside the space.
I love it. So let's say I have a member and they want to change their settings. I think I want all of my members here at Beautiful Faces Going Places to know that they have control over their membership and in their settings, and where do they find all that information so that they can actually manage and control their membership?
Yeah, so in your purchases, it would go over like your reminders on when your subscription is renewing. It would tell you, you can update your billing information if you need to do that. You can edit your profile there, as I mentioned, set the notifications. You can actually customize like turning on and off the sounds if you want it to beep or not, to ding or not ding, I guess is a good expression there. This feature around texting me the app is a way for, if you're on the desktop version and you wanted to get the mobile version, it's an easy way for you to just say, text me the app, you put your phone number in there, and then it will actually send you a link to go directly to this mighty network. So
fantastic.
That is that.
All right. Thank you so much for showing us the behind the scenes. I think it's so important for our members to understand, communicate, number one, and understand, how they can manage their profile and their membership level here at Beautiful Faces Going Places. I did have one quick question. I did have a member just recently join. She entered in her email, but she did not know how to edit or change that email. For some reason, she said that was kind of the email that automatically popped up, which I thought was a little strange, but maybe she's already in my database. I'm not quite sure.
Right here is the update. And I'm going to do this right now, actually, because this is my old email. Because remember, I was trying to sign in, and
yeah,
I actually got a new email. So you don't even have to update your password. You can still keep the same password and just update the email address.
Fantastic. So everything is in settings, your personal settings.
Everything is in the account information. There, your billing information would be your credit card information if you need to update your credit card or whatnot for your monthly or annual billing. And then your password and your email would be there.
Perfect. All right. Awesome. I think you covered it, Deb. This was amazing. I so appreciate you highlighting and showcasing the behind the scenes and what it looks like to be a member at Beautiful Faces Going Places. Once you click on that membership join button, join us, what to expect, what's the next thing, right?
Right. And I think it's just take it at your own pace as far as being a member. And I'll show you just real quick the back side of Find Calm Here inside my community is called Find Calm Here. And like I said, we talk about community building. And so I have, featured section as well, but we talk about when you pop in, maybe just checking in these different areas at different times and then setting those calendar reminders for our events. And then connecting with members. There's also a feature I didn't mention though in yours about the chat feature. So there's a way to do private chats, private messaging. So you can always do that. And then when you get notifications, I didn't mention this either, the notifications actually come up in that little bell on the side. So those would be two areas where you'll see some updates. And then in my community, I have some cohorts. So I have some groups. We have a community book club in here. We have the Mighty Mastermind that meets on a monthly basis. And then I have the Calm Corner, which is a group of people who are my clients that I work with on a consistent basis. And then I have actually resources in here for different ways to utilize tools around community building. And so I just recently launched a comm guide to launching your Mighty Network. And then we just did a comm guide to onboarding members, and I'm working on that with the Mighty Mastermind. They're giving me lots of feedback around what's helpful for them in community building. And then I also have a tech integration guide. So if like you're thinking, oh, there's a lot, if I want to launch, if you're like watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, this looks so cool, I'd love to launch an online community. But it's like, how do you do all this with the technology? That's kind of what the tech integration guide goes through, is like walking you through easy, not too heavy, tech-wise integrations that you can use to help you make it really optimized experience. So yeah. So
I love it.
yeah. Is there any questions that you had for my community on the FunCom here as a member?
As a member of your community, I just want to say I have gained so much value here, and even this opportunity right now to kind of collaborate and showcase, what we're doing, what we've created here, the value that we have. This video, this opportunity, or this business spotlight that we're doing really is my way of that communication piece that we talked about, and also kind of the onboarding process, because it's so important. Once you bring on new members, it's like, okay, what are the next steps?
Right.
And we have to communicate to our members, what are the next steps? How do you get the most value out of your membership? As I mentioned, as a former Chamber of Commerce executive director, that was one of the things I think that was always at the forefront of my mind. I clearly knew what the membership benefits were, but how do we communicate that to our members, and how do we continually remind them throughout the year what are their benefits and how to get involved? And you and I, Deb, talked a little bit earlier about communicating expectations and the responsibility of me as the host, and then the responsibility of the members, once they choose to join, what are their responsibilities and how do they get involved? And I do have some members that just want to be a part. They want to just be listed in our business directory,
Right.
and they pop in every once in a while. And then I have others that are just fully engaged, raising their hand to, be on a business spotlight or host a lunch and learn, to really have those opportunities and take advantage of the membership. So
yeah, I would say I have this is one of the things I worked with the community about, learning what's helpful is an FAQ. Have a question, check here. And where do you start? Start with getting to know more about the community by reading our welcome post and our values post, and there are links in there to take you to those posts. And it tells you all about, the values, why I created this community, why it's an awesome place. And so that's a good place to start, is if you have an FAQ just for you and anybody else who's maybe doing some kind of community building of their own. Having a place where you just answer these, like maybe you get several of these questions from a lot of people and they're like, where do I start? Maybe they need help. You can start and setting up my Mighty Network, because that's what a lot of people ask me about. And I said, well, that's why I created the launch guide for you. Do you offer one-on-one support? Yeah, you can totally email me and let's get on a call. Can you make, I can't make a live session. Will there be a recording? Yep. That as long as I have it listed, there's a recording. I have it in this place and then I tag it there. So here's all the recordings of our sessions. So just clearly expressing to everyone in this, maybe a FAQ page and in your welcome and in your messaging that what they're doing. The biggest things that I see that kind of get people stuck when they're building a community is getting that message clear of who we bring together, why, and for what purpose. And when you're looking at something like my landing page, I really have tried to work on making that super clear of here's what we do and this is what you can participate in. And so this is my landing page here. I have who this is for. It's specifically for community builders. Here's what we do. Here's what you can expect. So the expectations is what you're saying. Yeah. So not only do I have I want to share content and support members, but the members also have the responsibility question or say, hey, I really like to participate and show up. So, it's a two-way street kind of a thing in the community building world. So as a member of communities, if I really want to take advantage of communities, I have to dedicate a little bit of time, block some time out, check things out, register for some events and really start to communicate and network with people. And so I really just, I like the perspective of saying it's a give and a take, and
Yes.
I like to feel like community members that I'm asking them questions, they're a part of it. They're a part of the building process.
Yes.
And so every step of the way, I ask them like, what virtual events would you like to see and how would you like to participate? And I put in here community building workshops and networking, co-working, and community building interactive events. One of the events that I started was a pitch fest that Jessica recommended. And I'm going to do a pitch me your community party in the middle of August. So, or sorry, we're ending August in September. So I just wanted to, I'll stop sharing. And I just wanted to share that real quick because those are ideas that literally came from members saying, here's what we want to do. And then me saying, yeah, let's do it and setting it up.
Absolutely. Yes. No, it's so important to have a pulse on your members and what is it that they're interested in learning about or activities or events and then creating those for your members. So absolutely. Well, Deb, this has just been amazing. I so appreciate you sharing your expertise and giving us a behind the scenes tour of Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network and our membership app with Mighty Networks and Find Calm Here. And your membership app, I'd say they both are just phenomenal. And there's a reason why I founded my Mighty Networks and you as well. And I love being a part of your community and your online paid membership. There's so much value there. So if any of our viewers or listeners are interested in creating their own community online membership program, Deb, where is the best place for them to find you?
Yeah, I have a website, findcalmhere.com. Pretty easy,
Perfect.
findcalmhere.com. And that gives you all of the information about what I do. And then there's a button at the top. If you're interested, you want to join the Find Calm Here community, you can press the join the community button.
Yep, I love that. It's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. I think that is why I invested in Mighty Networks. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary, and I just think it's so cool. We were building our community online through social media, and now moving everyone into the members only app is just wonderful. A special place for them all to, as you mentioned, chat with one another, communicate, network, learn and grow, share information and resources. So
I do want to just highlight the difference because, when you're talking about visually, and we just showed like the land, what it looks like inside these communities, and what it is distraction free, right? It's like, it's really focused on just this specific spaces for what we're going to do for this purpose. And it really is clear and defined. And so you don't have all the distractions that, when you go on Facebook, we love Facebook, I get it. We're on there now, but what I'm saying is, you can go in there and then that's just what you're doing. You go in there. If I know that I want to go into Carol's network and just spend a few 15 minutes reaching out to a specific group of people so that I know that I can start to really network, then I set that time aside and then I go to Carol's network. I know that I'm going to have really great connections in there because she's got awesome people. So I don't have to wonder like, oh, are these people going to really be in line with what I, something that I would really want to, people I want to work with. So I think it's a great way to just share. It's very clean and nice and no distractions.
No distractions, exactly. And it's simple and so easy to use. I mean, I think about all of us now. I love technology. You always hear me say that, leverage technology in today's world. And I mean, everything is right here on our phone, our iPhone, right? In fact, there's a notification right here of a new member, Beautiful Faces Going Places, Diana Ashworth.
Nice.
And I cannot wait to welcome her. So anyways, yeah, it's all right here. It's mobile. You take it wherever you go, right? I think that is so cool. So, well, Deb, this has been an a wonderful, wonderful time spent with you. I want to just say thank you for sharing your expertise on community strategy, community building. You are the go-to, and thrilled to be working with you and to have you in our community and vice versa. So thank you so much. I can't wait to share this video, this training video demo with our membership and our YouTube channel, LinkedIn, and anyone who is out there interested in community building or learning from the best of the best. Please connect with Deb Schell, Find Calm Here. Thank you so much.
And thank you. Thanks so much, Carol.
Yeah, this was amazing. Take care.
Take care.